Here's what I was talking about, just a little plastic putty knife like that. In fact, I could finish this off here if I didn't have my other knife here, but I don't, I mean I do. So I'm going to use my regular knife, but if you had just this plastic putty knife, you could fix this whole area here. Okay, and since this doesn't fit in there, see, I can eyeball that. I can just take my 10 snips. I'm just going to cut this off. Let's see what I can do. That's probably far enough. The good thing about these little plastic knives, you can do stuff like that. Now see, it's almost right. I should have cut it off a little bit more. I'll do extra this time, just a hair more than I need to. Let's see what happens here. There it is. Beauty. I can use that for that little area right in there. Okay? This plastic putty knife came in handy for me once again. So always be ready for your job. Anything small like that, you can cut anything. If you got, you know, some plastic putty knives, so it'd be nice to carry a couple 1-inch with you and maybe a 2-inch putty knife with you, or anything of that nature, so you're ready for anything. Now this particular putty knife was 1.5 inches, so I think maybe the smallest is 1.5 inches. I think I told you 1 inch. But just look at the store, 1.5 inches would be nice. Now, the thing I wanted to point out, they have little plastic knives like this, probably up to 8 inches wide. I would not suggest getting the wide ones, because if you're going to use that for your job, I would highly recommend you spending a few extra dollars to get the metal broad knives. Okay, the plastic ones, after a while, they get messed up. If you're doing anything wide, and especially if you're not going to want to work with quickset on something like that either. Maybe regular sheetrock mud, okay, but you know, I usually just get the 1.5 and 2-inch blades, because anything more than that, or maybe even up to 2.5 inch or even 3-inch, because the smallest metal knife I have is a 3-inch. So I always like to have other things. Let's say if I need 2 3/4. If I have a 3-inch plastic one, then I can cut it down next to a door frame and right up against a wall or something. Let's say there's 3 inches left or 2.5 inches left. I can't get my 3-inch knife in there. What to do? You know, I wouldn't want to use an 1.5 inch putty knife there, because that's just not going to work. So that's why you need to get different sizes up to your finished size. Like I carry a metal 3-inch and then a 4-inch, a 6-inch, an 8-inch, a 10-inch, a 12-inch. So I'm pretty much ready for anything above 3 inches. Okay. Then after that, I've got a regular, I've got a regular putty knife, metal putty knife, if I had to use that in a pinch, but I'm certainly not going to cut that down and fit it in there. Ooh, that's when the plastic ones come in handy.